The rain's down, down. The rain's down, down.
Buongiorno! We just finished this week's episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Win.
Now, normally we're the type to read the manga first, but this time around we wanted that golden experience.
Subscribe and tune in every week for our reactions.
This week it was episode 26, Doppio's Journey.
Oh. We got a lot of information.
Journey's not the right word, okay?
It's like a journey.
That was a trip. That was an interesting trip. Down the road.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
When we got through it, the first little section there, I was like, oh, okay, so we weren't supposed to understand that.
No.
So we're supposed to be confused more than normal.
I think the birth thing, which is I think based on like a real thing.
Yeah, that sounds
like it's just a weird story. Araki loves to go through, the Ripley's comic and pick things out.
You're saying that was the same year that Dio woke up?
No.
Okay, I was like, wait, what?
So
it's Dio.
We got just sinister, weird birth, which I guess possibly she could have been from that town, but I don't want to get into it honestly. We're not giving a lot. It's weird.
Had a baby,
gets adopted, is a doofus, raised by a churchman, gets with a girl kind of maybe, but then also he's got one buried in his thing, kills the thing, burns the whole town.
Right.
Yeah.
And we saw the menacing grin on his face, and we saw the baby's eyes flash. So we know the split personality concept was always present.
Or at least the stand is there.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah.
Now the biggest confusion. Yeah, the biggest confusion out of all this. I mean, we got that really fun little fortune teller thing, which is basically just to see what happens if you poke.
That was
beautiful beat by beat. But also it highlighted him as like a special person, beyond even the realm of stand users, even the mystic,
he's unlucky.
Yeah.
But also so lucky.
But I think that puts him on the same level of Kira, where Kira also had the connection with the haunted alley, and his dad having the arrow, and his dad being a ghost, and his ghost is it aligns an evil stand user with spiritual magics beyond just stands.
Right. Everything got sort of you were saying one of the theories you had for his mother, who was underground.
He's totally stealing life. Yeah, he's stealing time.
He's stealing the time
to stay young. Because we went from 1965 to 1985 to 2001, I think it is.
Yeah, present day.
Yeah. And he does that.
He's still a little boy.
And he does that with King Crimson?
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if he was just using some sort of technique to hide within that guy's body.
Yeah, maybe. I mean...
But...
That would be my reason why he wants to kill Trish. I don't know.
Yeah,
there could be any thread here. Honestly, Araki can make whatever fucking decision he wants.
God.
And it'll make pretty much as much sense as anything else.
It's all tied up, and because the biggest thing was it's the truth behind his stand is what this location and what the relationship with Trish. I mean, yes, it's obviously his daughter, but
because I guess it would be some kind of big liability that people knew he had split personality. I don't think that really matters that much.
I don't know. He's bragging about it with the phone call thing.
In a way, it's kind of his full way of staying in hiding. I mean, if no one knows who he is or what he looks like, especially as this little person, his other personality, then they're obviously not. They're the risotto is this is obviously not who I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I guess it's an advantage, I guess. So if people know what you look like, it gets worse.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because if you're an immortal like Dio and you're flaunting it all about, eventually, a crew's gonna come wreck you. I guess it's like that biological immortality thing of no, he's not gonna die of old age, but as he gets older, he has more of a chance to run into encounters where he would come into conflict with stand users.
Yeah, it's almost like hiding in plain sight.
But he's also only 40.
Exactly, a lot like Kira, where Kira has that whole oh no, I'm perfectly normal, and that's the eerie thing because he has to be perfect normal, and no one can be perfect.
Well, and I guess that's the thing. Stand users are drawn to each other, so that's his conflict he has to deal with.
Also, being locked in this body or being part of this person who is apparently he's got bad luck. He almost gets hit by a car in both the scenes we see him.
Yet when his palm changes, he's like a supreme being.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not Dapo. When he switches personalities, he's no longer unlucky. They've kind of all the bad luck's on Dapo. All of the great power is on King Crimson or the other personality.
So that's how he works. He has so much power because he has so much misfortune as this other person who is just this happy-go-lucky sort of thing that can erase problems with. Oh my god, it's all just.
It's just so much. One thing that kind of confused me. It's when he was dealing with the fortune teller. He kind of grew into the boss himself, physically.
Change.
So it's
when you didn't know. It's like that shitty M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's done. You change physically when you change personalities. This is change 1, 2, 3 stuff, Wyatt.
Yeah, no, you're right, The physical change, very werewolf, very Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he brought some of that into it.
But see, my thing is like, are we going to see more of that? Because when he fought Rosetto, it's just like, he didn't do that. Because like, he was just like, do-do-do-do-do, hello, boss. Oh,
he doesn't,
which was hilarious.
I love that scene. That is my
MVP, dude. Like, this is what's really interesting about
the
this
cab
character.
driver. He was just like, what the fuck is
wrong
wrong with this? Just get him out of my car.
That's the Jojo. That's the perfect part about this character. He's actually on the boss's side, but he's so dumb that he's hiding perfectly in plain sight.
Yeah.
And he
Risotto even almost gives up on him, right?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
That smooth trick that he did with the photo, I was just like,
oh my god.
Although speaking of Risotto, while we're there, he earned some major credit in this episode. Finally did anything. Like,
he showed up.
He detectived it together, knew Aerosmith was there, got him with the stand trick. Like,
he already knew the stand's name, too.
Yeah.
He was like, of course.
It's just we've gotten so little of Risotto for him to just like come up and like, all right, he's a cool dude.
I forgot about him because I was just like, we haven't
Crow
seen him in the
motherfuckers
last...
got it. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, I mean, because the reality of the situation is, the boss, it really gave us an awareness of the boss's power level in comparison to who he is. Like, he is still... King Crimson is broken AF, but he still is one thing, right? And he's like...
You never underestimate a stand. If you don't know what a stand does, it can get you.
Exactly. 100%. And he's like, this guy, even though he didn't know he was up against King Crimson, tagged him and left, dude. Like, made him throw up some razor blades.
That was
awesome.
insane.
So, Blood and Metal, and then we saw the next episode's time. So it's gonna be Metallica. So, something about heavy metal. I'm about it.
And we get none of the team at all this episode, other than Little Balmer.
But we got the little news that the thing crashed, and we're like,
oh yeah, we got the scrap run thing. But we were talking about that, and we're a little, at least I'm a little concerned. And I mean, maybe Dippio is the ghost dad concept, right? That we were talking about before that we might be missing. Maybe he's the next red herring or the next sort of situation to amp it up. Yeah. Because this is all coming to a head very quickly.
Yeah.
Like, I expected them to I expected a couple more gang antics episodes.
Well, and is there going to be a thing where, like, I don't know, so we've got King Crimson, let's say, is the boss, and Doppo is kind of like an agent of, but they're a split personality thing. Are we going to get a thing where we, in some way, kill Doppo and they still have to fight King Crimson? Like, what is the phases of this boss?
Exactly.
Right?
So, and they're already, like, if he was just fighting Metallica, right? Like, I'd be like, oh, okay, so we're getting this vignette into the boss's thing. But no, the crew, if Naranj is there, that means the crew's already there.
Yeah.
They
could roll in on this fight at any moment.
Exactly, so it's all going to come to head at once, and in fact, they might, like, help him on one side.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, why not team up with Risotto?
I feel like that might be
exactly.
next episode, because they did mention that Rosetto is a traitor too, so...
Yeah, though they might team up with Rosetto, but it's the same deal, right? They might accidentally team up with King Crimson, because they don't know.
I mean, like, that's the thing, though, like, the hit squad wanted Trish so they could find the boss, and the only reason the squad wasn't okay with that is because they were following boss's orders. Once they decided against the boss's orders, I feel like there's really nothing like keeping them from aligning, right? Like,
absolutely.
Other than those times they tried to kill each other.
True. I mean, they wouldn't even know Risotto's on the hit squad, really, would they? Like,
exactly. So that's the whole thing. Yeah. But yeah, all of it's coming to head very quickly. I like all this new information because it does slow things down, kind of.
Yeah. Honestly, I could have gone for like his backstory in 2 episodes and been completely happy.
I have so much that I want to learn more about.
I'm sure we'll get more at some point.
Oh yeah, something's happening now with that whole only knowing half of it, having a lot of elements in play.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's interesting.
Him having a stand as a baby too. You gotta know like who's his dad. Like,
that whole thing.
That whole arrow lineage thing.
The red eyes too. I mean that's because he doesn't have red eyes when his eyes do the twitchy thing.
Nope.
Like so it
was only when he was a baby. So
it's
so many questions. Oh my god.
3 of them in there. You know, has he got something else?
It could be.
And my whole thing is Emperor Charisma King Crimson switch bodies? Because if it's...
I don't think
you don't think so?
I'm not feeling that.
We've been taught now is like the stand can exist outside of the user within like this part of this world now. So we're wondering like, can they body hop? Can they this? Like it's kind of up in the air.
If anything, if Notorious B.I.G. taught us anything, you don't even have to be alive for your stand to be kicking ass.
Apparently.
So is is King Crimson strong enough to exist without a body? Is that what the next stage of the Arrow highlight is going to be?
Maybe.
I
doubt it, but I get where you're coming from.
Anything can happen right now, and I don't know what's happening.
It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
We were talking about this. It feels we're definitely back on the Bizarre train, and I feel excited because all of the things I said. Like, yeah, there were the ones that I'm like, oh, well, that probably isn't going to happen. There are theories that might happen. But again, we're at that stage of this season where I'm like,
we're guessing.
Yeah, we're
guessing
guessing.
at this point.
And exactly. And they're keeping us on our toes. And we just met, like 2 new stand users, and
the
things.
Cutest character in the world.
Yeah, things are rolling. Things are rolling.
Yeah.
All right, guys, what did you guys think of this episode? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe for next week's episode. It will be...